Hello again. So sorry I haven't put any videos up, but my laptop doesn't want to handle OBS and doesn't want to work with my Switch. As you can see on the screen right now, my controllers will randomly disconnect because I guess together these two devices can't process very well. So there's gonna be a lot of lag, but we'll get through it. I won't make the video too long. I just want to talk about a few things and also walk around my town because it's changed, and might as well record that on video. It's history. Got some shoes laying around because I just recorded something, but it was just so laggy, and I wasn't making good jokes about the lag, so it wasn't even worth it. But anyway, let's just go really quickly through how my town has changed. So I believe in the last video, my house was either in the southeastern part of the town where you can see the campsite is at, or it was where Nooks is at. It's been moved around a lot. When I first started my town, I put it where Nooks was at because it was the northernmost part of the area I could reach without the vaulting pole. But then I put the museum there, and for a while I thought that was going to be like the best spot for the museum because I first had the museum where my house is right now, when I didn't know where I was going to put it because we couldn't go past the rivers. So yeah, everything's been moved around. I think the buildings are going to stay where they're at. My house might move, but I doubt it. The campsite is becoming this whole area that I plan to actually make look nice because right now it doesn't look nice at all. The stores were together, but I kind of like them separate just because they have a different style. I think this one has a very beachy style, and even if we get an upgrade to Nookingtons, which I hope we do, I think it'll be like a nice, fancy beach. Beach department store. I want to get this balloon here, so maybe we can knock it down. I can't move my... There we go. And I want to get this, the shooting stars as well. Okay, well, while we're waiting on the shooting stars and the balloon to come around, I'll go ahead and talk about... Let me make some wishes right quick. No, and now the balloon's coming around. I can't time this right with the lag. Okay, so anyway. No, I should have known it was going to go in the water. That was really bad judgment on my part. And now let me just wait for these things to come by. Okay, there we go. We got at least one. So the resident houses are probably going to move. I'm going to reconfigure this river so that it comes more around this way where I'm standing right now. And put a bridge, probably like a diagonal one. I've got these cliffs here as a way to kind of doctor up resident services because I just find the building so boring. And then of course these cliffs here to kind of jazz up the place, though they need to be landscaped and fixed up a little bit. Let's go ahead and run and run and run. And up here, in this area where we have void and stuff waiting to build the ramp, this is where the two stores were at. So we had the Nook store and then we had the Taylor store right here. Good old Abel's. Love our sisters there. But now we've moved our lovely hedgehog queens up onto this part of the town because I believe... Oh wow, we are getting lots of balloons tonight. Because I believe that the aesthetic of the store just would look nice as a cute, like, foresty cottage with a lot of cedar trees around it. So that seems like a good idea to me. And I'm not going to pick that up right now because I believe my pockets are full. So we'll make that a surprise for later. And I think I'm going to make this as, like, I wish we had tunnels. I think that'd be a super cool thing if we could, like, build tunnels and walk across land bridges. But for now, I'll use little hoppy things as land bridges, even though the animals don't utilize them. And then over here, we have our campsite, which is a major work in progress. I need to move Bonbon's house, which was Renee's home. But Renee moved out. Also, Whitney moved out in exchange for Goldie. I like Whitney, but she's not like a dreamy of mine, so I just let someone else have her for free, someone who really likes her. So anyway, I need to move Bonbon's house. All of the homes are probably going to be moved more towards the center part of the island, and that way I can build out the cliffs here and kind of make it an enclosed cliffy kind of area. Yeah, and then there's an opening to the beach. It's intended to be semi-close to the pier, to be a situation. There's another present I got earlier. There are a lot of balloons going around right now. I think the algorithm for balloons, I believe algorithm's the right word to use there. Whatever coding that they put in for the balloons, I think they updated it for the frequency to be a little bit higher, because I get balloons like every 5 minutes now, it seems. And before the fall update, it was like every 15 minutes. Which is fine, but if you're going to have recipes for the season be in balloons, then please, up the frequency. Because I played all the time, more than 10 days within the cherry blossom season. I did a lot of time traveling, and I even went back to 2019 so that I would avoid the Bunny Day balloons. And I don't even have all the recipes yet. I think I'm still missing 6 of them. And I was like, that's all I logged onto the game for a solid week. I would just time travel to a day, and I'd time travel because sometimes the balloons seemed like they would stop spawning, or like I wouldn't get any of the cherry blossom petals floating around. So I would, time travel to the next day and just kind of like see if that would help the spawn rate. I did so many different things. Eventually, I gave up and just ran up and down the beach when the time would come. And I made a lot of bells that way. I got so many $30,000 bell balloons, but the recipes were much harder to come by. And I think the fall recipes are supposed to be a little bit easier to get. They would be, because it's not just a 10-day period. Like, we have the entire season. That's what made the cherry blossom recipes extra difficult, because we only had 10 days. And then it coincided with the Bunny Day event in 2020. So it's just really annoying how that worked. Like, I know cherry blossom season in real life doesn't last that long, but it would have just been nice to have a little bit higher frequency of finding the recipes, because the cherry blossom recipes are highly coveted, bruh. Okay, so I just walked up to Graham in the previous video that I recorded, and he had this little thing over his head, the little situation, the cloud bubble. I just came out of a stochastic calculus class that lasted 3 hours, so my brain's a little fried. That's why. Online classes are a little bit more draining, in my opinion, so just like you have to try to pay attention so much more. But anyway, Graham had one of these over his head, and it didn't lead to anything, not even like free clothing or anything. You can see it. My Switch is lagging again. I feel like I'm talking so much. Hopefully you can follow along. But it didn't lead to anything, not even free clothing or furniture. So let's see what Dobie says. I'd like Graham... Come on, game. Oh, okay, I'll take it. It must be the one from his home. He must have put something in his home and then gave him. I can give him a coffee mug. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. See, you actually got an item that time. When I spoke to Graham before, I didn't get an item or anything. And I don't know what happened. I've never seen the interaction just be one bubble. It was just one piece of dialogue. So I don't know if the game glitched out because of OBS and stuff like that. Who knows? Anyway, I'll end this in a few just because I'm walking around so much. Or that's what I'm supposed to be doing since I'm glitching and lagging so much is what I meant to say. But I would like Graham to move out. I chose for him to come here, and I think he's really cute. But I have 2 smug hamsters. Rodney moved in right after him on his own accord. And I prefer Rodney. I think he's just cuter as a smug hamster. But I like Graham. He does not want to move. I've been time traveling to get someone to move so I can get a peppy villager, which now I do have Bonbon. But I had to give up Renee, which is my sisterly villager. Because, it was her and, Dom who were constantly asking to move. Everybody asked as I was time traveling, but it was always her and Dom that were doing it most often, and I never had Graham ask. And Rodney asked a few times, and I was like, I could just get rid of Rodney, but I like Rodney. I think he's really cute, and I'd like to get his photo. And, I like Graham, but I don't want his photo. I just think he's, a cool dude to have in my town. And I have his poster. So, yeah. Anyway, it's lagging a lot. I'm going to go ahead and end it. I just wanted to say, again, I start my job on the 21st, so on Monday, which I'm really excited about. So I can get money for a PC and actually start posting more videos of Animal Crossing and more Sims videos, because I want to play Sims 2, play Sims 4. I don't really play Sims 3 that much. The aesthetics of it, they weird me out. And it runs weirdly on my computer. There's just so much data in that game. But anyway, I'm blabbing so much. Either way, maybe expect more videos, maybe don't. I don't know how busy I'm going to be come Monday. Because I usually do work during the day. Like for my school. I do work for school during the day. But I'm not going to have time for that. I'm going to be busy from 8 to 5. And then class is basically right after that. So I'm a little scared. But it's going to be okay. Either way. That's everything. Just another update video showing you my town, recording the changes that are happening. Yeah, that's it. Bye, guys.